Hello everyone, welcome to our first video in this series of Build with EigenLayer. The first video is an introductory video and I've titled it as What the F is EigenLayer because there's a lot of talks going on around about this protocol, but let's break it down in very simple words as to what it means and what is the role of this. Before that, let's look at a couple of terminologies. What is staking? If you're in the Ethereum ecosystem for a while, you might already be familiar with staking. You lock ETH and you basically are able to validate the network. You are able to participate in the creation of new blocks. You can participate as a validator. So the idea or the concept of validating the transactions and making sure that they're correct. So you can lock some ETH into the network and you get to participate as a validator into the network. Let's see how you can do that. You can do that as an individual staker because Ethereum is a proof of stake protocol. So you can participate as a validator by staking 32 ETH and running your own validator node. Or you could participate into the validation mechanism as is, but not as a solo validator, but instead giving it to different pools where you can maybe stake 3 ETH, 4 ETH, 1 ETH, whatever you have, right? So different pools have different conditions, and staking also gives you rewards, by the way, right? So you will be eligible for rewards according to the amount of ETH that you have staked. So some pools don't even have a minimum amount, right? So this is staking. Now let's understand what is liquid staking. As the name suggests, liquid staking is a process that allows user to stake the ETH but also earn rewards while maintaining liquidity. So think about this. If you lock your ETH and it just remains locked, that money is no more liquid, right? However, in liquid staking protocols called LSTs, liquid staking, you get minted an equal amount of a type of token that particular protocol is giving away. So that helps you maintain liquidity and all the other different conditions according to the liquid staking protocol will apply. But what happens essentially is that you receive derivative tokens like STETH, RETH that represent your portion of staked ETH, and the value of them is pegged to the value of the staked ETH, right? So you do actually get rewards for staking while still being able to have liquidity, participate in the DeFi ecosystem, provide your money as collateral for loans, or use them in other protocols. So this is liquid staking. Let's move away a little bit and let's look at another concept called AVS or actively validated services. What is an AVS? AVS are applications or infrastructure based projects that uses some form of consensus to validate their transactions. Remember that these applications may or may not be built on top of Ethereum, but they still need their own consensus to be able to validate certain facts. For example, oracles, right? Oracles need enough consensus by people to stamp that a particular fact is correct, right? Or think about bridges, right? Bridges need enough consensus to know that the state of two protocols that they're bridging is actually correct, right? So think about these kind of scenarios where they need consensus from multiple parties, right? Now these services that use validators that will provide this kind of consensus are called actively validated services, right? These applications do exist. It's not a new concept, but there is something new that I will talk about in this video shortly. Now, what is the current problem with these AVSs or actively validated services? The problem is that the validators that are actually securing these AVSs, right, by providing their computing power, mostly the only mechanism that through which they can provide the computing power is to again hold some kind of tokens of these AVS services and hold a bunch of them. So they need to buy or invest in a lot of these tokens. They can't just participate like that, these validators or operators. And or also they need to invest a bunch of their computing power in validating their network, right? Now this is from an operator or validator perspective. From an AVS perspective, they will have to design some really cool incentives or staking rewards to attract more validators to come, so that the end result for them is as decentralized as possible, right? I mean, you would obviously not trust an oracle that just has one source of truth, right? It is meant to be able to validate that source of truth by multiple people kind of saying, yes, this is the source of truth. And in order to invite these multiple people, there is a huge amount of investment, a lot of time, etc., that needs to be spent by the AVS. And voila, here is our solution, which is EigenLayer. EigenLayer is a protocol which helps both AVSs and operators by leveraging the concept of restaking. So going back to the idea of liquid staking, where you get those derivative tokens like RETH or STETH, you can restake them on EigenLayer protocol, right? And be able to actually participate in this AVS and operators ecosystem. Let's see how that happens, right? So these operators, or also known as node operators, will secure these AVS transactions. Remember that even in the previous slide, we saw that for AVSs, we need other validators and operators to be able to secure their transactions, right? But now they can secure their transactions by registering themselves as operators on EigenLayer by staking their ETH. Now, these operators can choose to register with a particular AVS in order to maximize their rewards, or they could just register themselves that I am here as an operator to be able to help any AVS that needs services of validation, right? Now, these operators also receive additional awards if they choose to choose particular AVSs, but they're also accountable because if they act maliciously, then there'll be some slashing if there is some bad behavior. So EigenLayer is taking care of that as well. Now, on the other end, the AVSs benefit from the security of Ethereum's base layer because the operators are actually working with the restaked ETH. So when you go to EigenLayer and you deposit your restaked ETH on EigenLayer, you can delegate these tokens to an operator, and these operators are the one that are securing the AVS transactions. So the AVSs actually benefit from the security of Ethereum's base layer itself. Now, of course, just like every new protocol, there are some risks involved with EigenLayer as well. For example, slashing risks, right? If the operator does something malicious, then your delegated, restaked ETH could be slashed, and there are risks associated with that. Then there is protocol level risks that are there with EigenLayer itself. There is a lot of debate going around this, and this is like a separate topic in itself, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But just saying that you should do your own research and just don't go to Twitter for financial advice. When any new protocol comes, make sure to go through the risks associated as well and understand them for yourself. However, I didn't want to close on the risks note. I want to close on this note that there is a lot of innovation that can be done on top of Ethereum, and to me, it looks like EigenLayer has just scratched the surface of innovation that can be done in this space. And the aim of EigenLayer itself is to bring a free market for both AVSs and operators by leveraging the crypto economic security provided by Ethereum, right? So you stake on ETH and then you get some liquid tokens back, you restake, and you're delegated to operators, which helps AVSs. So you are helping these AVSs, you're helping more applications actually to succeed with added decentralization and support from EigenLayer. So I really love the aim and the kind of vision that the team has, and I would definitely encourage you to explore the protocol more. Thank you so much for joining me in this video today, and we will be releasing more videos in the Builder series, so watch out for that soon.